I would just say it's one of like the greatest cities in the world, you know, with or without skating.
I'm down. You guys down?
A really loose country, huh?
Hello, I'm Eric, and I'll be your host. Today we're in Sydney, Australia. Sydney is different. It's got the largest harbour on the smallest continent and one of the biggest countries in the world. I first came out here to film Corbin Harris about a decade ago. I stayed for a month and at the time of my life. He introduced me to some of my best friends now, and I came back every year and stayed for as long as I could. Sydney is world class in every way.
Good weather, good people, good stuff to skate, good architecture, good infrastructure, good food, good sights, close to beautiful things like the ocean and nature. You can go inland an hour and you're in the middle of the bush, or you can go, you know, north or south and you get like cool beaches and I don't know, all of it. There's just so much access to things that make the body and mind feel good.
Endless opportunities to kind of entertain yourself in this city.
Skate around the harbour bridge, you see the harbour, you see like all the buildings, Chifley, Martin Place, like all the black tiles.
I feel like Martin Place or Taylor Square would be like the first place to go in terms of like meeting other skaters.
I don't know, it's just kind of like a breeding ground for skaters, and it has been for such a long time.
No, I think you should do it. You should come to Sydney to skateboard, because how many cities have this much skateboarding to offer, and then the beach is 10 minutes down the road, you know?
You got the culture here, the spots, you got the weather, you got the beach, you know, you got good people around, a few laughs.
Sometimes we get like the ferry into the city and we're like, okay, where can we go? Where can we skate?
This is the passport store and gallery. I'd like to say our store would be a good place to start. If, you know, the friendly staff, and they'll tell you spots to go to, hopefully. Yeah, supply double set. Yeah, we should get you on it. Just around the corner from our store. It's about hitting the first set, then the second set, and then I guess that's some sort of hell bomb. I liked Raph's ollie than back three. The run-up's fucked, the middle's fucked. It's a bit of a piece of shit, to be honest.
I think you reckon Waterloo though? Like, it's probably is the path to go to. Hey? Like, the best skaters go to Waterloo, for sure. It's pretty OG, there's always people there to skate with. There's not many scooter kids.
Straight to Waterloo, that's what I did. Like, you go there and you meet so many different people. That's how I met the people I stay with them all.
Go to Fernside Skate Park, Waterloo.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's see.
Waterloo, Zetland area, because it's close to the skate park and also close to the city.
You want to stay in the city or a surrounding suburb like Redfern, Newtown, Alexandria, Surrey Hills.
I stayed in Surrey Hills at the Shakespeare Hotel, which is basically a bar you can sleep in. There's a train stop right across the street, and you can take the train or skate anywhere you need to go in the whole city. The beach is like 15 minutes away.
Being close to the beach, I guess, is like unique to Sydney.
Highly recommend the beach if you're a beach person, because our beaches are beautiful.
Oh, everyone kind of goes to what they call, it's not on the map called Skater Beach, but Gordon's Bay is pretty good, yeah. It's pretty European, you go off the rocks, you know, it's nice out there.
Got to come check out the park, skate the iconic Bondi Bowl. Even if you don't skate it, there will be someone ripping it, so it's always good to come. Jump straight in the water, go up, straight up to one of the pubs there. Beach, road, get kicked out, go home, change clothes, go back, get let in.
The biggest thing I feel in the way of spots these days is definitely venturing out west as well.
Oh yeah?
To Parramatta, to Penrith, there's just so many good spots out there. Definitely go past 335 skate shop.
If you're in the inner west, pop up to 335, have a chat to like the guys up there. They'll point you out to a few that are like skatable from there. Definitely check out a lot of the passport vids, Sunday hardware vids. You can check out Cam Fraser's latest vid, Arcadia, and then also all the personal joint vids are definitely a good watch, and you'll see some gold in there for sure. We're on the way to the Grifter Brewery, which is down the road, and I guess we stumbled across this classic Sydney spot. Filmed one of my favourite tricks here, Matt Hugh, and yeah, he did his like back 180 nose going back to forward. The way it's shaped and everything like that, it just did this crazy lock-in where you can like pause the frame and it's just like so vertical. Just a really good representation of like an inner west spot.
Sydney's a great skate city because it does have a central hub.
Now the CBD, like a lot of friends come out. Like I like when there's a lot of us skaters out in the city. It's my favourite bit.
Basically like Sydney's like one big hill. So there's like the top to the bottom, and Cook and Phillips, kind of like right at the top.
Cook and Phillip is where Chima kickflipped this massive set when he was a young lad. That was probably something like 20 years ago now, and he's been destroying spots in Sydney ever since. I met up with Chima and the boys for a tour of the CBD, the Central Business District. From one massive set to the next, this double was hit by Gabriel Summers first, and then Bo Reed switch ollied it, and the new local Lenny did some stuff, and you're gonna see it soon. A quick skate through Hyde Park, and you're gonna find yourself at the top of Martin Place.
So yeah, we're like right at the top of Martin Place now, which starts at Macquarie Street. 3 more blocks, so then as you go down, there's just more and more spots. It's kind of been my go-to, especially like the tent stair that we're standing on now with both the rails, where if you're in the city and you need to get a trick, this is the place to come.
Yeah.
Just jump until you can't anymore and something's bound to work. Yeah, so sometimes people would do like a trick over that and then like push and then something down the stairs.
And then what's behind this wall over here?
So yeah, I mean, you can't really see it right now, but cut to the footage. It's just a double set that I ollied get and towed in a couple years ago, yeah.
And that has to be the biggest thing you've ever hooked, right?
Without a doubt. Everyone's kind of looked at that over the years and you're like, are you able, like physically, to go that far or whatever? So yeah, I mean, now we know. If you've got Sammy Winter there, then now you know you can go as far as you want to.
We bumped into a bunch of skaters, and there was a solid session happening, and there's some new spots that just popped up. The vibes were high, everyone was hyped to see each other again or meet each other for the first time, and even though we were dead center in the city with businesses and pedestrians and construction everywhere, skateboarding didn't seem to be a problem for anybody. No wonder everyone was in such a good mood. It was like some version of a stone tile skateboarder's paradise, new spots included. Sydney is constantly under construction and progression, and for that reason, some spots are here and then they're just gone out of nowhere. One of my favorite parts about traveling and skateboarding is that when you get to a spot, you know you'll probably never be back there ever again in your life, and even if you did, the spot might not be there, and even if you go back 2 hours later, there might be a car parked in the way or something. So you either do it now or you regret it forever, because all the spots of the world may be here today, but may be gone tomorrow.
Ben Curry board slid it.
And then obviously the
And
roll
Sammy
in.
Bucket did the roll in, which I think is going to be probably the gnarliest thing I've done in Martin Place.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Respect.
Off that one, and you go off the corner of it, and then there's just more and more spots. And then you finish right at the end that has the 333 and then the big 4.
The 333 to 4 block into the pit is one of my favorite Sydney spots ever. When I was planning my trip to Oz, I was obsessing, trying to figure out like what line I was gonna do here. The whole spot is now hosting a bunch of construction junk, and it's not really skatable. I guess I should have skated it the last 5 times I was here. Here today, gone tomorrow. What do you want to see done down the 4 block?
Switchback 3.
All right, do it.
Switchback 3 or
Tag 'em.
a full cab flip.
All right, that's what he wants.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
They're just ledges where they're kind of new, and Ryan Gosling was filming a commercial across the road.
Okay.
So they're just called like the Gosling ledges now.
All right, sick.
Yeah, so I came here like a week ago. This was Chifley Plaza, like a famous Sydney spot for the past 20-something years, and to skate the old outledge that used to be right there, and I noticed that the entire building was just gone. So yeah, I guess don't take anything for granted. The city is like ever changing, and you never know. Here today, gone tomorrow.
You don't want to hear the sounds of your favorite skate plaza getting smoked. Get yourself some active noise canceling from the Crusher 2s, some Skull Candy. Drown out the bad sounds, listen to the good ones. And that's a commercial in the middle of the episode.
More spots, and of course, Chima's stacked clips here. And nearing the end of our tour, we have the infamous, gigantic Rocks Row.
It's a bit of impact. Rome 5-0'd it.
5-0, and then what? Where are you going? Back to the sidewalk?
It's that way. Doing what he wants. I will say, footage does it justice, I think.
Yeah, for sure. You see clips here and you're like, dude, you land it, and then we get to watch like the victory
Oh, the glory ride.
Yeah, the glory ride, just like down the hill, wind in your hair.
or not? What do you want to see happen on here that hasn't happened yet?
Regular skater do an alley-oop switch back 180 over it would be the sickest thing ever.
You heard it here first.
There you go. Well, right behind me there's, I don't know if you can focus on that, but there's a rail across the street, Jack. Took the pole out and crooked grinded, and I don't think anyone else is gonna like do anything on there. So, I mean, if you just imagine it as like these stairs and then a flat as a set of stairs, it's fucking huge. Yeah. But then like the uncertainty of the bank afterwards.
As our tour came to an end, we watched the sunset over the harbor and the bridge and the opera house, while a population of something like 5 million people got around on boats, ferries, cars, planes, bikes, and boards. If you're headed to Sydney, chances are you're going to be transportationing for pretty far to get to maybe the most remote world-class city on the planet. From LA, it's something like 12 hours. Europe, it's like 24. I'm going to recommend the Skull Candy Crusher 2 with noise canceling so that if there's some screaming baby behind, you won't hear it. And don't forget the little cord so you can plug it into the TV and make sure that Crusher bass is rattling your brain while you're watching a movie. My favorite transportation hack is to book the longest layover possible. I booked a 17-hour layover in Fiji. My flight was $800 or something, which is like hundreds of dollars cheaper than a direct flight. And an hour after I landed in Fiji, I was on a boat on the way to the middle of the ocean where they had a floating bar, and I drank espresso martinis for 4 hours. I backflipped off the bar, I swam with sea turtles, and then I Steven Glansberg'd at an authentic local seafood spot and headed back to the airport where I had dessert and some red wine in the lounge for free because I got an Amex card. Travel hacks rule, long layovers rule.
I would catch a bus to the train, then a train into the city.
I mean, if you're like right in the city, skate around, ride a bike around, walk around, you know, like public transport's so good in Sydney, trains and stuff.
Bus or train if we're staying in the city, there's like trains every 5 minutes.
There's the metro now, that started last week. That's really quick. If you got a bike, good on you. But I'm slack, I've got a car.
Yeah. So UTE stands for utility vehicle.
Yeah.
Which is for, you know, chuck shit in the back.
Drive a lot of the time or get around on my bike.
Okay.
But as a kid, you would like skate everywhere.
I reckon bike is the best, but not a lot of people would say that.
Train, bus, if you're trying to go outside into the suburbs and stuff, but if you're trying to stay in the city, just skate around.
Zoom in on some of the plazas on your phone and see what you can find.
Just skate around, see where the day takes us. There's so many spots. That's like my favorite activity to do.
It was rad to head out to check out a skate spot and bump into all these other skaters along the way. These dudes ended up skating with us and hanging all day and ripping and getting tricks.
Everything Chima has ever done.
Chima Ferguson would be number one, obviously.
Obviously, the first person you got to mention is Chima Ferguson because he is like the king of the place, and he's made it a point to kind of really hone in on like having a trick at every spot that you can go to.
We've got our guy Sam Sutton. He's just back off an injury. He's completely ripping.
Sam Sutton.
Sam Sutton.
Sam Sutton.
Well, the crew here is good, I reckon. Sydney's good.
Cam Fraser, who's doing his thing with his crew, like they're going around fixing spots. He's doing premieres for his videos, bringing the community together.
Probably my friend Kai.
Kai Shimikage, he's from the Northern Beaches. He's like an up-and-comer.
I'm going to say Liv Lovelace.
Corey Young has the most unique style, I think. Okay. And Sean Thomas Ryan is the hardest working.
Sean Ryan, he's really, 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 really good.
The scene overall is like really starting to blossom again, I think.
Oh, there's still heaps of fuckwits.
Dustin's done some crazy stuff here, on and off the board.
Ben Hennessy as well.
Oh, Ben Hennessy.
Ben Hennessy.
100% Ben Hennessy.
I like that.
Ben Hennessy. It's just like, I don't know, it's a lot.
Those are just the people we skate with. Like, it's just like...
I loved watching Sammy skate the city, Sammy Winter. I loved watching Josh Paul skate Sydney. They're both Queenslanders, but they both migrated to Sydney because it's the mecca of Australian skateboarding.
That's fucked. So yeah, Milton Martinez rolling in on those banks at the Harbour Bridge. Absolutely insane. Like, I'm scared to walk down those stairs like I'm holding onto the handrail.
Yeah, too many to name. We'd have to sit here all night and talk about it, to be honest.
And sorry if we didn't just name you and you're sitting there. You're gonna message us.
Blame me. Just say I mentioned you. They
cut him out. They cut you out. Yeah.
I don't know why they did that. I said you're the first guy I said.
Yeah.
You ready? 1, 2, 3.
The meat pie is perfect. It's delicious, it's fast, it's cheap, it's gluttonous, and we need more meat pies in the world.
First meat pie on this visit. Fuck with these so heavy. I wish these were commonplace in America. This is a very special thing you have here.
This is a Thai chicken curry.
JK's wasn't in Sydney, he lives in LA now, and I met up with him there at the only place we could find that sells Australian meat pies.
Pretty good. Way more Australian than I thought it was going to be, for sure. Yeah. You want like the gas station fucking meat pies and sausage rolls. You don't really want like I went to like the gourmet bakery and shit, you know. Yeah, I don't know, 4 and 20 or Mrs. Max meat pie. That's what you get from the server.
We don't go to the Outback Steakhouse here.
I mean, the food in Australia in general is really good and at a higher standard than a lot of other places in the world. So I feel like if you swing, you can't miss.
Because we're not eating fucking kangaroo potatoes and shit.
So they sell kangaroo steaks, and they've got like kangaroo jerky at every 7-Eleven. It wasn't bad, but I didn't buy any more.
I do love Aussie McDonald's. Fuck me up for sure.
Looks like classic McDonald's. I gotta be honest, it kind of tastes like home. Good.
Got Chinatown there.
Sushi Jones in Alexandria.
Right.
Sushi Jones, I expect a free miso soup next time I come in.
Asian food is everywhere when you come to Sydney. Asia's like right there. And I asked a friend of mine, a chef, where to go, and he said go here, Chat Thai. Australian slang, chat means shit. So I don't know if this is shit Thai or what else that could mean, but let's go find out the fun way. Wow. That is wildly flavorful. Just a little bit of that sauce. Upside down with it.
What I miss as well being in America is having like a classic like pub feed. Main pub feed is getting like a chicken palmy.
All skaters want to go to a pub and get a shindy.
You can almost walk into any pub and get like a decent meal.
Just a snitty or a palmy.
It's pretty like safe. It's a safe meal. Like any pub you go to, the palmy's always pretty good.
Is that what everyone says?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's the truth. If everyone like, that's the truth.
The Shakespeare Hotel, you can't really go wrong there. It's a Sydney classic. The Cricketer's Arms Hotel.
Ev's got a good one. Yeah. Shaky, it's all right.
The Shaky it is. I've been partying here for as long as I've been coming to Oz, but this will be my first pub feed, and obviously we had to get a schnitty and a parmy.
Do you mind grabbing the salts? We're in Sydney, so it's called a palmy. In Melbourne and the south, it's called a palmer. People beef over this shit. People get real pissed off about it. I personally don't care with the palmy palmer, it doesn't faze me, but the potato cake and scallop, that does shit me a touch.
I met up with my buddy Gus from Amel and the Sniffers.
Melbourne's my home, it's where I live.
Yeah.
Did you
grow up there?
No, I'm from Hobart, from Tassie.
My little Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, exactly. In the States, like, yeah, it doesn't come with the ham, tomato sauce, ham, cheese. It doesn't come on a bed of pasta, it comes on a bed of fucking chips.
Yeah, that's very pubby. I also like that you've incorporated the salad into your bite. How's that look?
Fire it up.
You approve that?
Approved. This is different.
Dude, that was flavor blast. That was delicious.
Yeah, see? Love you, brother.
Love you too. Cheers, brother. Can I show you my room?
I thought you'd never ask.
Have you ever seen rooms upstairs here?
I have not.
So you can eat and drink downstairs. If you come home too late or you get home too early, this is the door you walk through, right here. I got a key to this door, which is a key to the bar.
And then follow me, please. This is like my dream. It's like some fucking Godfather shit right here. Look at this. This is the shower here. This is the bath mat stuff. This is the paint is original, which is very cool. This is William Shakespeare painted this. It's only 6 rooms, which means like, imagine if you did a skate trip with the boys.
Yeah, just whole floor.
Welcome.
You got a fucking trunk and shit?
Yeah, we got a trunk.
You got fine antiquities.
Like, this is like kind of, I don't want to say fancy. It's not bad, dude.
Nah, you're fucking chilling, bro.
Yeah, just come to Sydney and enjoy. Come for the party and skate.
No, you might like, if you see cops, you'll hide the beers when they come over, but that's about it. Never been in trouble for it.
How you plan to hide these beers?
You know, if you want to like kick it in Sydney and like have drinks and see what it's all about, you know, yeah, go to Taylor Square, kick it with the lads, have beers there in the Arvo, and then see where the night takes you.
The pub is where you go.
Surrey Hills, there's like the Shakespeare, the Cricketers Arms.
Cricketers and Shaky. So they pay my invoice. I was just working at the Cricketers. So get there, you got some of the best electrical and plumbing, and then if that's that sort of, then it's going to be a good night from there, you know.
Yeah, Cricks is mad. I like the courthouse.
The Everly in Redfern, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Spot. Yeah. Otherwise known as the Ev.
4 Reshes.
Reshes. In Sydney, Reshes.
Okay.
Yeah. Reshes if you're just trying to get pissed, but if you're looking for a treat, if you've just done a ruthless hammer, you probably want the Grifter. Serpent's Kiss.
And Trent even started a brewery called The Grifter with some other skaters.
Yeah, of course. The Grifter Brewing Co. Yeah. But yeah, we've got a spot, a brewery in Marrickville, which, obviously a lot of skateboarders get to visit as well. It's fun. It's got a pool table, pizzas, beers, ticks all the boxes. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a good thing.
I feel like the Sydney scene is very welcoming. It always kind of has been, especially, you know, if you're not from Sydney as well, everyone will kind of fall over themselves to like, you know, show you around.
Yeah, Sydney's just kind of got it all.
Sydney is like where my heart's at, you know.
It's a very cool place to skate. I feel very blessed to like live here and be involved in the scene.
Come on down. You'll have a great time. You won't want to leave.
Oh, Sydney goes hard, you know. I mean, it's a world-class city. You know, skating, we've got O'Grady, you know what I mean? Like, we've got it's a high level.
Yeah.
You know, comedy, we got me. This is good to be asked. Why the fuck do I keep coming back here? You know, like, but it's the quality. It's the quality of life.
Grew up and, you know, went to a few other places and then came back and I was like, holy fuck, like Sydney's so sick.
This place is sick. I fucking want everyone to come here.
Cunts want to get here. Be one of those cunts. Get down here. We love visitors.
I agree with everything he said.
So I do think that, you know, Sydney's, you know, a world-class city for skating and for like living, because I feel like it doesn't look like any other city like anywhere else.
This episode in no way does Sydney justice. The city is beautiful and the people are kind. When you sit down to have lunch with an Australian, they pour your water first. When an Australian calls you, they spend 10 minutes catching up and making sure you're good before moving on to business. It's hard to describe, but you'll feel it when you get there. It feels like it's got everything I could love about a city, and it's done a pretty good job of getting rid of the stuff that sucks. It's remote enough to have weird-ass animals that don't exist anywhere else on Earth. It's different, it's special, it's awesome for skating, and just as awesome for living.